Look closely at this empty milk carton. In the next second, the man will use it to escape this prison. Tear open the packaging. Peel off the inner film. And while the guard isn't looking, stick it over the keypad buttons. When the guard enters the code, they'll leave traces on it. Finally, by analyzing the grease residue on the film, the code can be determined. The detention cell door has a small keyhole. He plugs the lock with a pre-prepared damp paper towel. All he needs to do now is wait for the guard to leave. Enter the code, and the door will open. After escaping, the man deletes the surveillance footage, runs to the fire escape, and dons a firefighter's suit. Meanwhile, the woman waiting outside detonates explosives in the vehicle. The vehicle instantly burst into flames. The man hid beneath a fire truck and successfully escaped. He then blended into the crowd. By the time the guards realized, it was too late. Yet moments after his escape, the man appeared before the warden and detailed his escape plan. It turned out his job was to test prison security by breaking out of facilities. Over 8 years he'd escaped from 14 prisons. That day, a woman came knocking, offering $5 million to have Jack test the security of a mysterious prison for the CIA. For $5 million, Jack agreed. As before, a false identity, a contact person and an escape code were arranged to ensure Jack's safety inside the prison. His partner implanted a tracker on him. Everything seemed foolproof. What they didn't know was that from the moment Jack accepted this mission, he'd been drawn into a conspiracy. Jack was snatched the instant he stepped outside. They had metal detectors, scanning his entire body. They slashed his arm with a knife to extract the detector, then injected him with anesthetic. Jack lost consciousness. In a haze, he witnessed a man being killed. This mission was far more dangerous than he'd imagined. Jack awoke in a transparent cell. He surveyed his surroundings, unaware someone was watching him. A man calling himself the warden met with Jack. He wasn't the contact person in Jack's intel. The place felt eerie. Jack wanted out. He recited the withdrawal code, but the warden remained unmoved. What was going on? Everyone was herded into a designated area. Prisoners roared for battle.
Go make some friends. You're gonna need them.
Death lurked around every corner. Guards beating inmates was a common sight. A group of prisoners closed in on Jack, but Jack wasn't one to be pushed around. He landed a direct punch, knocking blood from the man's nose. Just as the fight was about to erupt, a man called a halt to everyone. He was backed by a group of men who looked like trouble. The man stepped before Jack, calling him by his fake name and introducing himself as Lot. He leaned in close to Jack, but Jack had no interest in engaging. Yet, as fate would have it, soon enough, Jack needed him to escape this prison. He needed access to the isolation cell, a place reserved for punishing misbehaving inmates. Lot agreed readily. The next second, he knocked Jack to the ground. They started fighting.